I'm Stuart Cameron. Welcome to Friday's look at rugby. And we look forward later in the show to another important weekend with the top 4 teams in the Premiership once again battling it out against each other, while Selkirk came for a straight 8 in a row at the top of National 1. But first, a look back at last weekend when the big derby was at the Green Yards between Melrose and Gala. Melrose defence was much improved from their game against Heriots, while Gala didn't help themselves with mistakes proving costly. In the end, Melrose deserved their 22-10 win. It's a game which also doubled as a Booker Border League fixture, and that result opens things up nicely in that competition, with Melrose beating Gala and Hoyt defeating Melrose earlier in the season. Peter Eccles, by the way, won the Booker Prize, as they call it now, for the man of the match. On to Hoyt, and they had a bad day at the office, losing out at home to Stirling County. In the National League, Selkirk won at GHA to go 7 points clear at the top of the table and are now in a very strong position to move on and head for promotion back to the top flight, with their exciting young side packed with talent. Jed Forest posted their second win in a row to move them up the table, while Kelso were unlucky again, losing up at Aberdeen. Peebles, though, had a very pleasing win at home to Dundee. In the third division, Hoyt YM lost at home to Perthshire, while in the East Leagues there were local wins for Berwick, Hoyt Lundeen and St Boswells, who recorded their 28th win in a row. I'll look at tomorrow's fixtures later in the programme, but first some chat from the Scotland camp. The 33-strong squad for the autumn tests were announced this week, with Border favourite Kelly Brown dropped. But there are places for former Hoyt's Stuart Hogg, Jed's Greg Laidlaw, Gala's Jeff Cross, former Selkirk centre Alex Dunbar and Kelso's Ross Ford. We hear from Scotland head coach Vern Cotter about his thinking behind the selection.
We've had a look at players and how they've been performing over the last 2 or 3 months, and we've got an idea of how we want to play the game. So it's been hard. We've obviously left some very good people, very good players out, but we feel we've got a group that will develop the game we would like to put in place, and we're playing against some very good opposition, so it's a great opportunity. We're really looking forward to it. It's very hard to get everybody into this squad, and there's some good players who missed out, and we commiserate with them. But as we know, they're only one injury away from coming back, and all we can say is, look, prepare yourself in case we need you and the team needs you, because it always happens. There's always something that'll turn up that players get called back in. So, and as long as they can, and I know they will, they'll work hard and they'll put pressure on selection.
And what about the omission of Kelly Brown?
And obviously we feel for Kelly. He's very passionate about playing here, and like I said, there's some good performances coming from other loose forwards. So we're looking at a developing attacking game, and with Rob Harley performing as he has, like I say, it was a difficult decision, and Rob gets a nod, and I'm sure he'll play well for Kelly as well. He's an outstanding defensive player, and I only have to look at his performance against Claremont this last weekend. He was in the thick of it, and we would like to develop a little bit more width and a little bit more carry from those loose forward positions. So, I'm sure Kelly will rise to the challenge, and I'm sure he'll put pressure on us.
The biggest task of the 3 tests, of course, will be the All Blacks game, but does he believe there's a chance to turn them over?
Oh crikey, we want to be as competitive as possible. We're playing, these are full test matches, and we're playing against the best team in the world, so we want to acquit ourselves well, but at the same time we're going to be developing things, and hopefully they'll come off and we can surprise the teams we're playing against. But it's probably, when we look at it, really tough. And Argentina have improved, battle hardened. New Zealand, best team in the world, and then you play Tonga, who are really gearing up for the World Cup, as all other teams are. So I suppose we put ourselves in the same sort of position. We're developing and using these games at the same time. We're going to be as ruthless as possible. We go to every game with the intention of winning. When we walk out, the guys go out in the paddock, their intention is to win. That's what they've been developing all week, is trying to win. Now, the reality of the game in the 80 minutes, we'll talk about it after the match, but the intent will be to get out there and try and create as much havoc as we can. These are players that get an opportunity. They put on the shirt, and I know they're all passionate about it, and they get an opportunity to play well, and that is the key to it. We've got 3 big games. We want to perform well here in front of the home crowd, so these guys get an opportunity to do that, and I think it's great. And like I said, it was a tough decision. Some good people, good men have missed out, so there's It's positive, if you like, that we can select a team, and I'm sure they'll be competitive. We want to develop a type of game. We want to be able to create opportunity, want to create danger. I'm very strong on initiative and just having a go. I don't get up and have a go. We've got to put structure in, we do, but I really want people that, a real simple old saying, grab the ball and run to the other end of the paddock and everybody get in behind them. But I know that the players are very proud to put on the shirt, so we need to play with pride and we need to commit ourselves fully and be smart at the same time. So vary our game, alternate plays, not become predictable, strong and set piece. Simple things, create line breaks. Those are things we'll be looking at and trying to develop. Those pretty simple but very important skill sets.
Captain for the 3 tests will be Grant Gilchrist.
Oh, it's a massive honour. I'm really excited, and it's surreal as ever. I mean, in the summer it was surreal, and it certainly didn't. It wasn't any less surreal when I had the call from Vern yesterday. And it's as I said, it's a massive honour, and I'm really, really excited. Well, obviously we've got 3 tough test matches, and we're playing the best team in the world, second up. So there's some great challenges. I think Argentina we played in the summer, but I think this will be a different a team that comes up and a massive challenge. But we're looking to win test matches, and that will be our goal over the autumn. It's a massive challenge, but it's a game of rugby, and certainly if we have our best ever performance, then anything's possible. Playing at Murrayfield and in front of a kind of full house is as special as it gets, and to kind of captain my country at home is a huge honour, and something which I'll not be able to put into words, I imagine.
Scottish captain Grant Gilchrist and head coach Vern Cotter. Well, for the rest of the show, let's focus on tomorrow's games, and there's a top-of-the-table clash at Netherdale. That's in the BT Premiership. Gala looking to bounce back into first place with a win against the new leaders, Heriots. Gala backs coach Chris Dalgleish is delighted that the Maroons have such a big game straight after last week's disappointing defeat at Melrose.
Fantastic fixture for us. That focuses the mind right away. I think Heriots like to throw the ball about, maybe a different type of game to what Melrose maybe played against us. The league is so tight that any team can beat any other one on a given Saturday, and then when you throw in the mix of teams getting professionals one week and not another, I mean, these pro players, I've noticed a difference in the ones you can normally pick them out reasonably easily, so they make a big difference.
Melrose are in 4th place and travel to face Ayr, who are 3rd. Head coach John Dalziel knows how important it is to cement a top 4 position this season when the playoffs come into play.
You've got to try and keep the top in touching distance, but it's all about the 4th place, and we were in a different battle. We weren't, we have got to earn the right to be in that battle with Gala and Heriots and Ayr. The challenge now is to try and repeat this performance. I know it's there for the guys. We've seen it 2 weeks in a row, and we can get better and we can build on that.
Hawick are at home to Boroughmuir in their Premiership game. In National League 1, Selkirk are still unbeaten with 7 wins out of 7 and are 7 points clear at the top. Tomorrow they're at home to Mar. Coach Peter Wright told us why he thought his team have performed so well this season compared to last year.
I think what they lacked was just a little bit of confidence, and what we've done here, and the message is, you will make mistakes, but we're not going to give you a hard time for making mistakes. If you're a rugby player, you need to try stuff, and if you're trying stuff, you're being positive, and if you're being positive, you're not going to get a hard time for that. So they're talented boys, and they're now trying stuff. I think we've got good rugby players all over the park, and I think we're starting to get more confident, good rugby players, and that's the difference. You can be a good rugby player, but if you're a confidently good rugby player, it makes a big difference.
Also in National 1, Jed Forrest and Peebles play out at Derby, while Kelso hope to become the 3rd boarded team to take the scalp of 2nd place GHA this season. Hawick YM are on the road at Irvine in National League 3. In the BT East League 1, it's Duns against Berwick in a derby. Berwick currently 3rd, but they have a game in hand. Hawick Quins are at home to Dalkeith. Langham play Portobello. Langham bottom of the table, having had 3 points deducted earlier in the season. And Hawick Lindeen are away at North Berwick. In East League 2, Earlston at home to Trinity Accies. St Boswell's going for their 29th win on the trot against Inverleith. Bozzies 9 points clear at the top, having dropped just 1 bonus point all season. League Division 3, Gala YM against RDVC and Walkerburn against Queensferry. YM currently third in the table, Walkerburn in fourth. Well, Super Scoreboard Live is on air from 2 o'clock tomorrow with Keith Clarkson, with the roundup at 5:45. The commentary game is at Netherdale, the top of the table clash between Gala and Heriots. Your commentary team will be Bruce Miller and Dale Clancy. Then on Sunday, the rugby news will go to air round about 8:25 a.m. I'll be back though next Friday, but that's it for rugby for tonight.